Hi there, if you're listening in, you're listening to the recording. And my name is Maureen Kane, and I help individuals and brands gain more traction on LinkedIn to create amazing opportunities. And today we're going to jump straight into talking about having a bit of fatigue on LinkedIn. Is LinkedIn not working for you, in your opinion? Are you bored or not excited of having posts on LinkedIn? Or, are you just fed up with the whole thing? So we're going to discuss all things LinkedIn, and hopefully at the end of this, I can help you get your va-va-voom back and help you get your spark so you can create more conversations, connections, and more opportunities to ensure that 2023 is going to be amazing, which we all want. The world in the last couple of years for most businesses has changed quite a bit. We've had lockdown, we've had Brexit, and now we are in a recession, so they say. And the thing is, LinkedIn has changed dramatically in the last couple of years, and it's forever changing. Every time I log into LinkedIn, there is a new feature. They got template, free posts. They're constantly doing new features, which can be good and bad. And, even for somebody who works on LinkedIn, it can be difficult to keep up at times, but let's discuss it. So I am hearing quite a lot from LinkedIn Breakfast Club members, connections, friends, that LinkedIn just isn't working. Their views are down and they're not generating enough leads. Now, you may think that, but I'm going to argue the case that it's not. Now, LinkedIn views have certainly across the board gone down for most people. I've even heard Gary Vee of late talking about his LinkedIn views are down. Now, myself, about a year ago, I could pretty much guarantee every single week I would get about 100,000 plus views on posts, mainly generated from carousels and PDF posts. That's completely changed. And LinkedIn has changed, and so has many social media platforms. So it's not just LinkedIn. Your views are diluted, but doesn't mean to say that you can't generate leads. Because really, when you were getting those 100,000 or 20,000 views, were they the 20,000 the right people? And let's face it, guys, we don't need 100,000 views. You don't need 100,000 views at all. You don't even probably need 10,000 views. What you need is some of the right people to see your content that's going to resonate with it. So, and then that's going to help you turn the wheels, because LinkedIn is an amazing free platform for business. Most people in business actually browse LinkedIn more than Facebook. So it's not the case potentially that I would put it to you that it's not working. Perhaps you need to look at what you're doing. And let's face it, it's been tough kind of 12 months, never mind the last 3 years, for most business owners to keep going. And if you're not excited about the content you're putting out, if you're not excited about engaging people in the platform, if it just fills you with dread or you're not even doing it, how do you expect other people to get excited enough to want to engage in your post, to want to have a conversation, and certainly to buy from you? And I think for a lot of people, I'm definitely seeing some business fatigue. And it's not surprising, to be honest, because it's been a tough whole year. But rather, there's a couple of things that you can do. And first of all, just to highlight, during a recession, many, many businesses have started up, and many businesses do succeed in a recession. The problem is that a lot of people in business will keep plodding on, doing the same old thing, even if it's not working for them. A lot of people will give up or nearly give up and hardly do anything. And the very few in the top 10% will look to see what they can do differently, stand out, and excel. This is the same on LinkedIn. And actually, it's such an easy platform to do that from. So I'm really talking to the people who want to excel, that 10% who want to stand out. These are the people that I can help. These are the people that I can help generate more traction and generate more business, because people do buy during a recession. If you think, and you're in that mindset, and I'm not a coach, but if you're in that mindset that people don't buy, it might be your mindset. So lots of things to get out of a business funk. As I said, I'm not a business coach, but go for a walk, get some fresh air, talk to people, get back to networking. But ultimately, do know this. Millions of people are on LinkedIn every day. In the UK, I'm talking to mainly UK market. There are millions of people who could buy from you. If they are not connecting with you, it potentially is definitely time to look at what you're doing. Hopefully that makes sense. So even though I said I'm not a coach, I am actually a trained sales coach. I have been in senior sales and marketing. I was actually looking this morning, and I started in 1994 in my first sales management role, and I left to become self-employed in 1994. Yes, sorry, but that's not right. I started my first sales manager job in 1994, Monster.com. And my last job as an employee in senior sales and marketing positions was in 2014, 20 years in the business. And I trained many, many people in sales, how to sell. And I also created many marketing campaigns. And the thing is, the majority of the marketing products that I was doing in sales and marketing were pretty goddamn dull. So I spent 20 years marketing and selling dull products. Doesn't surprise me that I'm potentially good at LinkedIn, but really as a marketeer, and even if you're a business owner and you're trying to flog your goods, whatever you want to call it, or promote your free services on LinkedIn, you are a marketer. And marketing people's job is to create exciting events, which is going to drive people to click to book, click to buy, click to sign, to move to that next sales action. Without marketing, sales doesn't happen. Not going to go down that argument. And if you're not excited about your content, or you're not creating enough exciting content or on the platform, it's going to come across in your LinkedIn posts. It's also going to come across in your comments, which is content. And it's also going to come across when you're connecting and messaging people. And if you're just not feeling it, it's just basically going to come across. And that's the same in any walks of life. If you've ever walked into a face-to-face sales meeting or presentation and somebody's just not feeling it, you're not going to buy from that person. So, and I know it is difficult, but really it's worth taking a look and having a LinkedIn refresh. So when was the last time you changed your LinkedIn profile or even looked at it? When was the last time you changed your LinkedIn photograph? Because I know for a lot of women, when they're not feeling it or feeling having a bit of a funk, they'll go and get a new hairdo. It's a bit like that. It's maybe time to shake it up and do things differently. Think about that top 10%. So look at your LinkedIn photograph. If it's, years old, get a new LinkedIn photograph. Loads of great things on Canva you can do to get a great background. And also look at your message. Is your message relevant? Remember, things have changed. Is it going to get people excited enough to click to book in with you just now? Might be time to change your call to action, make it sound a bit more exciting. Might be time to change your headline. What's the best thing that people say about your products? Potentially put that as your headline. So have a look at your message. Who are you targeting your message to? A lot of people talk about niching or not niching, but one thing that I know from my 30 plus years in sales and marketing now is that if you want to get sales in quickly, hence why startups do this, if you niche it down to have a specific message to a specific audience, you will get results quicker. So whether you niche down or not, that's up to you. But if you want to get results, it is a way to get quicker. And you don't need to stick to one niche. You can start off with one and expand from there. So look at your message. Who is your message to? Because when you have got a sales message, every single post is really like a conversation to that person who's in that sector or in that niche. Don't create a post to the masses, create a post to the sector you're targeting, and really try and create some exciting marketing events which are going to help drive some credibility, some FOMO, and reasons for people to want to click and work with you. And when I say marketing events, I'm talking about things like a newsletter, I'm talking about a podcast, I'm talking about an event like this where you get people to sign up, I'm talking about a discount, an offer. You need to give reasons for people to want to sign up with you now. And a marketing person's job, which is you if you're the business owner, is to create that demand and scarcity. You've only got 2 places left on the spot, book now. You need to be creating a scarcity. Otherwise, you'll just become a nice to have. And remember, people are buying right now. When they see your post, you want them to think, I want to work with that person. So look at your content. Is your content really showcasing how credible you are? Is it showcasing your experience? Don't expect people to come and look at your LinkedIn profile to realize that, oh my God, you've been working in the oil and gas sector for 20 years. Forget it. You need to be shouting this from LinkedIn about your credibility, your experience, name drop your customers, name drop the people you work with, the sectors. Make sure you're doing this week in, week out, talking about your results. Credibility posts, as I call them. A second kind of post, customer posts. You really need to be, nobody wants to be working with somebody that doesn't have success. So LinkedIn Breakfast Club members, you get lots of engagement on your posts, which is great. And that really showcases that you guys are somebody that people want to work with. But talk about the results you bring. Screenshots, messages. If somebody sent me a WhatsApp message saying, great, I got a lead from that post you did. That's a piece of content. Get people excited. Talk about your wins. Talk about your results. Don't just talk about, you know, a testimonial. Really give some flavour and some story to it. Talk about who you are. And, you know, really make sure you're talking about converting posts. So we've talked about 3 C's: credibility, customer, and the other one is converting posts. This is posts about your product or service. And when I was talking earlier about your message, the thing that I see that a lot of people do is they talk about more than one product and service. They talk about loads of things, and it gets confusing. If you really want to get results quickly, talk about one call to action, which has got one next sales action. So let's say, for example, take me, for example, I am promoting my one-to-one LinkedIn strategy session right now. I will talk about that in a couple of posts a week. I won't talk about it in every post because not every post is a sales post, even though you can argue it is. But I'll talk about that a lot. It's on my LinkedIn banner and it's in my About section. And I will make sure that a couple of times a week, I am sharing that link to sign up for that LinkedIn strategy session. That LinkedIn strategy session is on Calendly. If people want to book it, they have to pay for it. The LinkedIn strategy session is one of my entry points, but you know, regardless, what if they sign up for LinkedIn strategy session, if you do, or if one of my connections, really that's a chance for me to, again, show my credibility and get that sales to the next place. But really, they are buying still and getting in my sales pipeline by doing a LinkedIn strategy session. The other way you could basically, a marketing event I've created is sign up for a free LinkedIn content planner. And again, if you sign up, I will get your email address. And then probably in a matter of days, you will receive some kind of video from me, maybe give you tips and hints on LinkedIn. And then probably in the near future after that, you will get a message, not overly salesy, potentially giving you an offer to join the LinkedIn Breakfast Club or to sign up for another free event or to book in for a one-to-one with me. And you'll go into my sales pipeline and you will start receiving messages, and all of them aren't salesy messages. Some of them are value on. This is me using LinkedIn as a sales enablement platform and taking people from LinkedIn into my sales pipeline. And if you want to get sales, that's what you've got to do. You've got to use LinkedIn to spark those conversations, get people excited about you. You get excited also about people talking to people, because in lockdown we were all networking, doing one-to-ones. But a lot of people, I know for me personally, also I've been a bit lax on that. So get back out there, get excited, get talking to people. There's no better way to inspire your passion than to talk to people in your sector, talk to people in the Breakfast Club, talk to people on LinkedIn, having those conversations. Don't just have a one-track mind to sales. Think about LinkedIn as the next way to step up the ladder, and sales is a process, a ladder to get to the A game. You know, if you can get someone to sign up for something, if you can get, even if it's a free event, you're starting that conversation. If you can get someone to connect to you and then you message them, you're starting that conversation. And there's so many ways. Posting content isn't the only thing to do. You know, content is absolutely essential, of course, to get yourself visible, to get that credibility, to get the follower, give reasons for people to follow you, giving value, all that good stuff, but also connecting. If you're connecting to the audience that you want to speak to, and also don't be too scared to message them as well. Connect to them a couple of days later and say, hey, thanks for connecting. Have a look at their profile and just, if there's anything, any commonalities, message them. Give them a reason to message you back. I mean, we can send out 100 invites a month, but if you're doing it yourself, even if you send 20 invites a week, and then you follow up 5 or 10 of them with a message, if they message you back, I can tell you what, the one thing I love about LinkedIn, the LinkedIn algorithm will pick up on that and notice that the next time somebody messages you, you will see their next post straight away in your LinkedIn feed. And the great thing is, if you're corresponding with somebody in messages who's a prospect, they're going to see your post next. So when you do your next post, make sure you're targeting them. Because if you're having 5 conversations a week even on Messenger and you're posting specifically with those people in mind, I'm not saying tag them in, but write a post talking to them. If that's going to help you convert 1 sale every week, that's amazing. You don't need 1,000 sales every single week. You need a couple, or you need a couple every month, depending on your sales cycle and your value order. And the sale might be to get them to sign up for something. So don't think of a sale as paying money, because sales is a process, and LinkedIn should be part of your sales process. If you're just posting and thinking LinkedIn isn't working for you, that's probably why, my friends. So to recap, you need to look at your message. Is it clear? Is it relevant to the target audience you're targeting? You need to be connecting to those people week in, week out. You also need to be engaging with people on the platform. And that, again, anytime you engage with somebody in Messenger or comments, it's going to help them see your post and you see their post. So these are the 3 things together, again, with creating engaging content, and creating those exciting marketing events, which is going to help drive people to the next sales action, working out what your sales process is and how LinkedIn fits into that, looking at your call to action and maybe making it sound a bit more exciting and revamping it rather than just having a Calendly link, because every man and their dog's doing that, and there's always new people coming on LinkedIn. And this is why, if you're still doing the same thing that you were doing a year or 2 ago on, you're not standing out. You need to do things differently. And this is why I'm doing, number 1, audio today, but also I'm doing a lot more video content, because I know that I have got credibility in what I'm talking about. I've walked the walk, I'm talking the talk. But even although I'm much more comfortable doing visual posts like carousels, etc., I know that if I do video, it's really going to help enable my passion and conviction and credibility to shine through, really. And also because when I've been doing video, it really helps work for conversion. The views might not be great, but the conversion is. And this is the thing, don't get so caught up on the LinkedIn views, because everybody's views has gone down, but it's relative, because the people who are viewing it are probably more accurate. And if you get 2,000 views, even 1,500 views per post, and you post 3 times a week, that's 1,500. That's 4,500, say 5,000 a week. That's 20,000 a month, roughly. That's amazing for a free platform. And if you can be targeted in who you're talking to and also who you're engaging with, that's really going to help make your post facing the right people. And again, if you get a small percentage, how many sales do you want a month? If you get 1 or 2 sales a month, or 1 or 2 conversations with the right people, and your sales post is right, you've got a great call to action, you've got a great lead magnet, focus on getting the message right, focus on getting the lead magnet right, focus on the steps of your sales process. And because people aren't buying what's nice to have, you need to make sure what you've got is a must have right now, and that people feel your energy, they feel your dynamite, and they want to work with you, because people are buying. And don't just focus on the end sales, focus on promoting the steps of the sale. So for example, that first event, that first meeting, make it sound something cool, give it a name, productize it. All of these things will help if you take half a day out to do these things and really give a re-sparkle to your profile, chat to people. It's really going to help invigorate you and get you more excited into what you're doing. And I can tell you now, if you then go on LinkedIn with a fresh pair of eyes, you will create much better content, and you'll also start attracting people because they will feel your energy. And if anybody wants to book in a 15-minute free one-to-one with me, I'm more than happy to run through and go through your profile, etc. It's not going to be a full LinkedIn strategy session because I pay for that. I charge people for that, but I'm happy to give you a 15-minute over and we'll run through it together. We'll look at your messaging and hopefully we can really get that spark back, because this is what's going to make the difference and make you in that top 10% who are going to not only survive this recession, but excel. And my name's Maureen Kane. Thanks for listening. Please follow me for more tips on LinkedIn. And if you want to book in a one-to-one, the link is in below.